What is this thing? It's metallic, weighs about 100 grams, and it's covered in crumbly old paint. Turning this lever makes the 3 cylinders inside roll, with the big 2 moving in the opposite direction. The little one is metallic, the other 2 are probably made of some plastic material, more probably hardened rubber. On the other side, there is a little moving part that you can extract by pulling it, until it opens, exposing 2 little pins. I found it in a wine shop in rural southern Italy. The owner said that her father took it home 30 plus years ago. Since then, nobody ever knew its original use. She barely remembers about her father saying that it comes from France, but she's not sure. Any idea what its purpose is? It's a twin-plex stropper used to sharpen double-edged razor blades, dating from the 1920s. Back before we became a throwaway society, we actually reused stuff. This little gizmo works on the same principle as a pencil sharpener, but has 2 polishing surfaces that sharpen your double-edged razor blades. A piece of metal slides out, allowing one to insert a safety razor blade, and a cranking handle slides out from the other side. When cranked, both ends of the blade are simultaneously stropped, and then automatically flips the blade as you turn the crank. This was manufactured by Twimplex Sales Company out of Chicago, Illinois. What is this strange instrument that looks like scissors? We found it in my grandmother's things after she passed, and nobody knows what it is. What is this for? It's definitely an olive or cherry pitter, for squeezing out the pits from the olives and cherries. Here's the modern version of it. What is this mystery box I picked up at a flea market? I can't find anything like it online. The fluorescent bulb works on a dimmer. My first thought was an antique egg candler, but the hole is too big and it doesn't work to illuminate actual eggs. Probably an antique ostrich egg candler. We are all stumped. Please help. It's a rare 1940s portable photographic retouching device in a travel suitcase, the original manual Photoshop. Instead of uploading images to a computer, photographers would place their negatives under the magnifying glass and retouch them prior to developing the photograph. The negative is placed in the center of the device, and the picture is backlit by a fluorescent tube inside the machine. With the aid of a magnifying glass, the photographer can examine the negative and smooth out skin blemishes, or alter any imperfections with a pencil. This was manufactured by the Vanbilt Manufacturing Company of Lincoln, Nebraska. What are these tiny metal monthly calendars I found while cleaning out an old desk? Around 2.5 inches long, and they are all identical except for the calendar month. My first guess was promotional spark plug gap gauges, but they are all in the same thickness. Any ideas? They are watchband calendars. When I was growing up, they were freebie premiums from gas stations. The H-shaped calendar was worn by some astronauts with the JB Champion bracelets. This was patented on September 12, 1967, by Raymond F. Becker of Willows, California. What is this metal with possibly a handle and sharp circular serrated edge? My mother-in-law has it in her kitchen, but doesn't know what it really is for, or if it is for sure a kitchen item. Her grandmother worked in a forge of some kind, and she thinks it may have come from there, but isn't sure. It has been around for over 50 years. There is no branding on it, and the circle part is super sharp with a cutting serrated edge. Any and all help is appreciated. It's a serrated food chopper, made by the Quick Cut Manufacturing Company in Mohawk, New York in the 1950s. My mom and grandma had one. They used it for cutting cabbage to make slaw. What is this hanging metal and glass enclosure I got at a thrift store? It's lightweight, looks old, it has no markings, and has ornate designs in metal. It is approximately 16 inches long, 12 inches tall, and 4 inches thick. One side has hinges and a latch, allowing the glass to open. Google Lens gives me nothing similar. Thanks in advance. It's a tabletop lantern. I have a similar one in my collection that I purchased in the 1980s. The lantern enclosure was primarily used to prevent a burning candle or wick from being extinguished by wind, rain, or other causes. Another important function was to reduce the risk of fire should a spark leap from the flame or the light be dropped. I found this in a long-packed attic box, probably 50+ years, along with other assorted glasses. The bottom is a solid glass sphere. The top is a delicately thin, tiny glass. The stem is hollow, but that hollow space doesn't extend into the sphere. The top is a tad bigger in diameter than a standard shot glass. Could it be some kind of window rod finial? There was no matching piece, but maybe it broke. Any information would be greatly appreciated. It's a mid-century candle holder for tall and thin candles. Here's the exact type I found on Etsy. The bulbs have a flat spot on the bottom, and this set is very close, just differently shaped candle cups with candles on them. My great-grandpa passed and we found this thing in a medicine cabinet, and we're not sure what they are. It has paper ends with a wax bottom. My first thought was fire starters. Other guesses are earwax candles, fishing jigs, nose hair waxers, etc. Any idea what they are? It's a 1970s scent-off twist-ons dog and cat repellent for shrubs and small trees. They prevent cats from defecating under the trees if hung using the two pieces of stiff paper you split and then twist them together around the branch. They had a chemical smell, and the release was likely slowed by the wax. This would also make them relatively weatherproof. I distinctly recall my dad yelling at us to stop hiding in the freshly transplanted trees and stop messing with the repellent, otherwise there would be cat poop everywhere. What is this metal thing with a leather case found when clearing my granddad's house? Approximately 10 centimeters long by 8 centimeters wide and 2.5 centimeters deep. No writings on it and it looks like made of brass. My first impression is a smoke pipe. The top part goes in your mouth, or an old smoking pipe lighter of some kind. Have any of you seen this before or know what it was used for? Please tell us down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.